Purple Rose here, and I'm continuing on in the Reach. And I came across a person up here with a quest, and I briefly saw its Chief of Chiefs, Kania. And the Chief of Chiefs, according to Reach culture, is like a king of kings. So they're the chief over the other chiefs. So this will be interesting.
Come, Eagle Seers, Sixfords, have you no words to share? An outsider has better sense than the lot of you. Come, outsider, help me prove a point.
What's this about?
The Chief of Chiefs wants to talk to you, not me.
I know. So he's Chief Eagle Seer.
You dare interrupt one of our secret ceremonies, outsider? If the Chief of Chiefs hadn't summoned you, we'd be doing more than talking right now.
We'd be killing, I guess.
Why the Chief of Chiefs wants to involve an outsider in our affairs is beyond my understanding. It's bad enough we have to deal with the Eagle Seers. Regardless, I have nothing to say to you.
Okay. Chief Sixford.
An outsider here. You an affront to both the ancestors and the spirits. Away with you!
Okay. So yeah, we know about the Eagle Seer clan. They must be the Sixford clan. I wonder what their quarrel is.
Your arrival at this moment is most fortuitous, outsider. Come, help me teach these wayward clans how to behave like proper warriors of the Reach.
What kind of help do you need?
These two clan chiefs brought their children to participate in the rite of handfasting. Once they receive my blessing, they can announce their intention to marry and unite these clans in kinship. I'd like you to help me give that blessing.
Ah, so they're gonna get married. Why do you need my blessing?
It's not so much a matter of need as of instruction. I want your example to teach these clans how to put aside their differences and get along. Present yourself to the betrothed, Eslin and Modern, and wish them goodwill. That should suffice.
Okay, I'll offer my blessing to Eslin and Modern.
Eslin and Modern wait to the north, at the handfasting cave. We isolate them for a time, so they can learn about one another. Hopefully they haven't killed each other. Go and offer your blessing. Then return to me and your task will be done.
What is a hand fasting exactly?
A betrothal announcement in a sense. It is how we let the folk of the Reach know that our wedding nears, that two clans will be brought together. As is custom, Eslin and Modern are isolated in the handfasting cave nearby, getting acquainted.
So it's like an arranged marriage. Getting acquainted, they're getting married and they don't know each other?
You sound surprised. Is that not how marriages are arranged where you come from? They belong to different clans, clans that do not get along. I have brought them to this place of meeting to work out a marriage that will benefit both clans.
So you're in charge of all the clans?
All clans? No. But a number of the smaller clans recognize my experience and authority. They pledge fealty and rely on me to help them settle differences when they arise. And should an emergency present itself, they would turn to me to lead them.
An emergency?
Even an outsider must know that there is strength in numbers, but clan chiefs have a hard time cooperating. In extreme circumstances, they temporarily cede their authority to a chief of chiefs. With this marriage, I hope to end an ancient feud.
Let's hope you can. These clans are involved in a feud?
You picked up on that, did you? All you need to know at the moment is that the Eagle Seer and Sixford clans have been at odds for generations. I hope to dampen those tensions by joining the clans in marriage.
Let's hope it works.
If I hadn't heard the Chief of Chiefs' words with my own ears, I'd think this another trick of the hated Sixfords. Still, you have your task, outsider. Get on with it already.
You don't seem happy about this impending marriage?
What's to be happy about? I'll abide by the Chief of Chiefs' counsel, but I can't imagine a blood bond between us and the Sixford clan. I just hope the lad's worthy of Eslin. If not, He won't last much past the ceremony, if I know my daughter.
Tell me about your daughter.
Eslin's my one and only. She's got 4 older brothers, but she's the fiercest child I've ever whelped. Eagleseer blood runs strong through her veins, thank Ball. Maderne needs to mind her edges. Not that the 6 Fords give much mind to anything.
Why don't you and the 6 Fords get along?
That has nothing to do with you, outsider. Do as the Chief of Chiefs bids, so we can get on with this.
Fine.
The Chief of Chiefs is crafty, I'll give her that. Using an outsider to shame the 6 Fords, and us too, I suppose. Not the best way to start a marriage, but I've seen worse.
You seem relatively indifferent to these proceedings.
Chief Eagleseer is my brother. I love him and his daughter dearly, but this feud has been going on since longer than anyone can remember. Not even the Vasestrans know how it started. This attempt at a reconciliation will go exactly as the others.
Meaning?
When all the drama has come to an end, the Eagleseers and the 6 Fords are still going to hate each other. Nothing will change that. As for my niece, she won't do anything she doesn't want to. I'd feel sorry for Maderne, if he wasn't a 6 Ford.
Maybe they'll get along. So they're feuding and they don't even remember why. Why are you so hostile towards the 6 Ford clan?
This isn't the time or place for such talk, outsider. Not with the Chief of Chiefs looking on.
Okay.
First, the Chief of Chiefs demands offer my son to the cursed Eagleseers. Then she involves an outsider in the matter just to shame us. Very well, outsider. Offer your blessing to my son and the Eagleseer sow, so we can finish this.
You don't seem happy about this impending marriage?
What should I be? Not only am I forced to endure the presence of the Eagleseers, I must allow my son Maderne to marry one of them. The Chief of Chiefs asks much of us, but I will not let my son go unattended.
Tell me about your son.
Maderne is an adequate scout, but he's a sorry hunter and an abysmal fighter. I suppose if there's any good in all this, it's that Chief Eagleseer is fool enough to accept such a poor match for his daughter.
Why don't you and the Chief Eagleseer get along?
That is none of your business, outsider. I am here and doing as my Chief of Chiefs demands. Let us leave it at that.
Wow, they really don't like me.
The Chief of Chiefs is allowing you to go to the Handfasting Cave? Outsider, when you see Maderne... No, forget I said anything.
Oh, is she in love with Maderne? Is there something you want me to tell Maderne for you?
Yes. No! Give Maderne and the Eagleseer woman your blessing, outsider. Just as the Chief of Chiefs instructed. Each of us have a part to play in this fiasco, including me.
Are you opposed to the marriage?
Opposed? Look, Maderne and I grew up together. I want what's best for him, and now they're binding him to some Eagleseer hellion, and I've said too much. Go. Give your blessing. Let's be done with this.
Oh, now I'm torn. But if they can really make an alliance out of this marriage... Sorry, Drisney. Must be done. She may be in love with Maderne, though. I don't know what to do. Where are they? Chief of Chiefs Kenya, we're sorry. We understand what you hope to accomplish, but we can't go through with this. Eslin and Maderne. Well... So where did they run off to? This doesn't bode well.
Chiefs, Please. The outsider. I'll speak to you over here.
They've run off. I don't know where.
Is it done, outsider? Did you offer your blessing to the intended couple?
Eslin and Modern went inside the cave. I found this note.
I can't read those infernal scratchings. Only Chief Eagleseer and his daughter bother with such things. What does the note say, outsider?
Okay, it's addressed to you. It says, "We're sorry we can't go through with this."
No, this is unacceptable. This handfasting must take place. I need you to find them and bring them back, outsider.
I keep forgetting that not all Reach folk can read. Read and write. So why is this hand fasting so important to you?
You see the animosity between these clans. They have fought and spilled each other's blood for generations. I finally got them to agree to a compromise, a bond of peace predicated on the marriage of Eslin and Modern. Please, you must find them.
Okay, I'll go find them.
They must have gone north, otherwise they would have had to pass us and we would have seen them. Search the area to the north of the ring and track them down. I'll keep the chiefs distracted. Thank you for helping with this.
What if I can't convince them to come back to Heraldin Ring?
Remind Eslin and Modern what's at stake here. They both understand what this feud has cost both clans, what peace would mean for us all. They are young, their blood will cool and they will see that coming home is the only wise action.
Well, let's hope so. Maybe I can convince them. But yeah, we'll see what they're like first. Because I haven't actually met them yet. Guess we're tracking. Blue bead. Decorative feather. Small pouch. Ah, up here. Leading me on a chase. Don't see where they've gone. Ah, there they are.
We have to stop dropping things, Dalt.
Quiet, Eslin. Someone's coming.
So, why did you run off?
This may seem like the perfect spot to ambush us and take our belongings, outsider, but don't let the desolation fool you. Our clan warriors are hiding right behind those rocks. So, what do you want from us?
He looks really young. Chief of Chiefs Kenny wants you to return and complete the hand fasting.
I don't like breaking my word to the Chief of Chiefs, but I can't go through with the hand fasting. I can't marry Eslin.
Why not?
I'm already pledged to another, Drisen of the Sixford clan. Before her brother died, I promised I would marry her and look after her. How can I break one obligation to honor another, even for the sake of our clans?
Yeah, but if you do this, Sixford clan and the Eagle Seeds will be at peace. Does the Chief of Chiefs know about your promise?
No. We did our hand fasting in secret. Drisen is a good woman. There's little love between us, but I gave her brother my word before he died. And Eslin clearly doesn't want to marry me. I want to end this feud, but there has to be another way.
I see.
If you don't mind, stranger, talk to Eslin. I have a lot to think about right now.
Why were you selected to marry Eslin?
As much as my father might wish otherwise, I am the son of the Sixford clan's chief. It was the Chief of Chiefs' idea to connect our clans through a hand fasting. If I weren't otherwise obligated, I might do this to end the feud. Perhaps.
Maybe there's another way.
Why are you following us, outsider? We may be young, but we're still warriors of the Reach. You won't find us to be easy prey.
Chief of Chiefs Kenny wants you to come back to Heraldin Ring.
Aye, I'm sure she does. But I'm not going back. Not while the Chief of Chiefs and my father plan to marry me off like some imperial princess.
You don't want to go through with the hand fasting?
Look, I don't even know if I want to marry at all. And my father and the Chief of Chiefs parade me around the Reach, saying I'm to be wed to a sod I've never laid eyes on before. Madern has his own reasons to shirk the hand fasting, so we both ran.
What about the feud between the Sixth Ford and the Eagle Seers?
It's not fair of them to put that responsibility on our shoulders. It's a worthy idea, but why do we have to be the ones to carry it out? I won't be forced into a marriage because our people can't stop killing each other.
They seem reasonable. I mean, they're getting along. I see.
This feud is older than these crags. I doubt anyone knows its cause.
A Vadishran might know. They keep the history of the clans.
If we learned the reason for the feud, maybe we could end it. Then we wouldn't need the damned hand fasting.
A Vadishran named Barth visited the Sixth Ford once. My father spoke highly of him.
I know that name. He visited us too. He has a camp in the hills southeast of here.
Well, if these two can get along, why are the older generations of the Six Fords and the Eagle Seers at odds?
It's a thin hope, but if we can find Barth, he might know more about the feud between my clan and the Eagle Seers.
Did you get to know Eslin in the hand fasting cave?
Even before all this, I had heard of Chief Eagle Seer's daughter. Fair as a rose and just as thorny. But we did get to know each other in the cave. At least a little. She's smart, passionate, fiery. I can respect that.
Ooh. So tell me more about this Vatishran.
His name is Barth, a living legend from what the elders say. I only got a glimpse of him when he visited our clan before my father and the clan elders sent me away. He was interested in hearing more of our stories, I think.
Ah, well, they are story collectors.
Asking the Vatishran about the origin of our feud, that's as good an idea as any. At least it's better than this hand fasting. I just hope he's still using the camp near here.
Did you get to know Madern in the hand fasting cave?
With a father as fierce as Chief Sixford, I expected Madern to be a mighty warrior. He seems nice enough, but more like a hare that some witch turned into a human. His word is his bond, though. That's something.
Do you think the Vatishran will be able to help?
I didn't meet him when he came to see the Eagle Seers, but he's a legend, I know that. The elders were talking day and night about how the Great Bath was coming to visit to learn our stories. They couldn't think of a higher honor.
Tell me about yourself.
Didn't the Chief of Chiefs tell you? I'm the daughter of Chief Eagle Seer. Or I was. I have half a mind to exile myself and cut all ties to my damned clan. I tell you, I won't be the barter that ends the feud. I won't.
Well, let's hope we can find out why they have a feud in the first place. So is this bard? Oh, he's over there. Let's go. But yeah, if these two can get along, whereas their parents can't, gives you hope for the future, doesn't it? With the younger generation.
This is his camp, but where's the Vatishran?
I don't like the look of this.
Neither do I. The Battle of Carspire Lee. The Reach do not write their stories in the ways most scholars are used to. Their traditions of passing tales from one person to another is beautiful, and I have a deep respect for it. However, the scholar in me finds it difficult to hold the story in my heart without writing it down. For me, writing it down is another form of caring for the story. The message does not change, but the action of putting the words to parchment affixes it to my heart in such a way that feels intimate. There is no one correct way to tell a story, of course, but I heard this story from a Reach Vatishran and it got its claws into me and would not let go until I put it to paper. I'd like to dedicate this copy to the Vatishran himself. do not expect him to learn to read it, nor would I ask him to. It is my token to him, a way to thank him for sharing the story with me by expressing in my own way. Perhaps he will discard it, considering it outside of foolishness, but that's alright. I'm grateful to have heard this story at all. The Battle of Karthspire Leah, as told by Vadashran Bath. It was not so much a battle as it was a sea of blood. The Sixth Ford and Eagle Seers did not fight, they merely bled. It is said that the grass of the Lee was stained so thoroughly with red it appeared black from a distance. There was no clear victor, unusual for a conflict between the Reach folk. Many battles have been fought with the kind of rage and intensity that this one was fought, but historically one force always yields. It is the nature of combat. One party, no matter how enraged, weakens under pressure. Such was not the case with this battle. Neither side waned. They flung themselves at one another, ceaselessly clashing against each other like waves against a cliffside. The men and women of each clan seemed to fight as if they intended to die. There was no thought of victory, only carnage. The leader of the Eagle Seers, Madorfa, took a mortal wound very early in the battle. A spear lodged itself in his leg, rendering him unable to walk. He insisted those close to him bind him to a nearby pillar so that he need not stand in order to continue fighting. Battle became something darker than winning or losing. It was rage unhindered, unchecked, and about killing as many of the enemy as possible. Few rich folk walked away from Karthspire Lee that day. So, there's still no real reason why they were fighting in the first place.
We finally have an idea about how to end the feud without forcing either Madern or me to get married. We can't stop now. Help us figure out where the Vatashran has gotten to.
I'll try.
There must be something here that can tell us what's become of the Vatashran.
Ah, here we go. What is it? Nobby, his staff.
That's the Vatashran's shillelagh. He wouldn't just leave it behind.
This doesn't bode well. A dagger?
That's a Thornroot's clan knife, used for dark magic. The Thornroot clan uses the ruins over the hill.
Their witches must have taken the Vatashran. We have to help him.
Without weapons, we'll just get in the way. Our friend here will need to rescue the Vatashran.
Ow!
I know this is a lot to ask, but the Vatashran is at the mercy of the Thornroot clan. Please, enter the ruins and get him out of there. If he can tell us about the origins of the feud, well, the important thing is rescuing him.
I guess.
I've heard stories about this clan. They're fierce and deadly. Be careful as you search the ruins.
So the ruins are down there, but why did they take him in the first place? But yeah, that book didn't explain the feud at all. It just said the battle was raged and fueled. It was just about killing each other. Hopefully Bath can tell us why. Oh, so this is the delve. Oh, I won't do that quest just yet. We'll continue with this one. Okay, oh, so this is like a town. Well, a clan town. So I gotta search for Bath.
Enough with the sacrifices and mumbling over ritual fires. I'm ready for a fight.
What kind of fight? Still weird how they take a Vatashran. A Hagraven. What's this? Talisman? Just have to get more talismans. To the Thorn Root. Or another clan? Wonder how many clans there are of Reachmen. Probably a lot. So I have to go in here. Some ritual. Making Briarheart warriors. And it disappeared.
You there! Help me, please! I don't know what you're doing in this terrible place, friend, but would you oblige an old man and undo these bindings? Those damned hagravens were talking about flaying the skin from my bones.
I'll untie your bindings.
Ah, that's better. Now, could you help me get out of here?
Sure.
This isn't the time or place for a long discussion, friend. Get me out of these ruins, and then we can talk about whatever's on your mind.
Okay. I think these talismans are part of that daily quest I got. Yeah, let's go. I've got Bath. Have to get him to safety.
Never thought I'd be so happy to see a gate in all my years. Now, let me thank you proper. Ursine's Hind, I appreciate the help, Wanderer. I'm in your debt. Are you in the habit of wandering into dangerous ruins and delivering old storytellers to safety? Or was there something you needed of me?
Well, I do have a habit of wandering into dangerous ruins. Can you tell me how the feud between the Eagleseer and Sixfold clans began?
Well, that's an oddly specific request. Most people prefer the tale of Red Eagle's final hours. Why does an outsider care about the feud between two minor clans of the Reach?
I'm helping two clan members try to end it so they won't have to get married.
Ah, so this is about the hand-fasting at Throldan Ring? Eslin of the Eagleseer and Medeirin of the Sixford, if I'm not mistaken. You saved my hide, so a story's the least I can give you. But not here. Let's do it back at my camp.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
You go on ahead. After all that running and sneaking, I need to catch my breath. My camp is up on the ridge, to the east.
How did you know about Eslin and Medern's hand fasting?
I'm a Vatashran outsider. Knowing what happens in the Reach as well as the practices of its people is my duty. It's me and my kind that bring tales and tidings to the clans of these hills.
Okay. Back outside. So yeah, camp's up there, we have to go back up. Hopefully you can tell us how and why this feud began. Because not even the clans remember. Here we go.
You're lying. You stole the cowl from the Chief of Chiefs.
Bald, take me if I speak untrue. She was stone drunk. I plucked it.
A Sixford and an Eagleseer, yammering away like a couple of jackdaws. Now I've seen everything.
Vatashran.
Calm yourself, lad. Your friend here told me what you and the lass are thinking.
That I did. So yeah, they're getting along rather well.
It's good to see the Vatashran safe and sound. Now let's ask him about the feud and how it began.
Glad to see you rescued the Vatashran. You handle yourself well, for an outsider. Let's see what he has to say about how our clan started feuding.
Let's.
I really do like this camp. Perfect location. I expect I'll have to move, though. Can't depend on outsiders delivering me from the Thornroot Witches again, can I? But before I move on, I owe you a tale. About the Eagleseers and the Sixfords, yes?
Can you tell us how the feud started?
It's an old hatred. I pieced the tale together during my time with the elders of both clans. Before there was the Eagle Seers or the Six Fords, there was a man and a woman. They loved one another and were promised to wed.
What happened to them?
They fashioned the Lover's Coil, a totem of stone symbolizing the spirals of their lives entwining, of their love. But the day they were to wed, the coil broke. They believed it a sign of the displeasure of the spirits, so the pair separated.
What does this have to do with the Eagle Seers and Six Fords?
The man's bloodline became the Eagle Seers, the woman's the Six Fords. The love they once shared festered into hate. Battles were fought. Each clan rallied around a fragment of the Lover's Coil. Proof, they said, that the spirits ordained their feud.
Why did the lovers and clans start hating each other?
Love and hate are both born of passion, outsider. Though they decided their love was doomed, the passion they shared did not simply vanish. But there was only one form left for it to take: ire, which was passed through the blood.
What caused the Lover's Coil to break?
The stories vary, but I suspect the coil simply fell from its mantle. Nothing more than an accident. The spirits had nothing to do with it, I'm sure. A simple broken stone was enough to cause the rage and violence that persists to the current day.
Seems such a waste and pointless feud. Eslan Modern, does this give you an idea of how to resolve the feud?
That story. I never heard it before. The elders never talk about it.
What if we tell everyone the story and we repair the coil? Vartashran, the fragments of the coil, what became of them?
The tales say they were lost at the battles of Carthspire Lee and Fowlon's Ire.
I know Fowland's Ire. I'll look for a fragment there. Our friend can search Carthspire Lee.
All right, Eslan. I'll escort the Vachishram back to Herolden Ring.
Cool.
See if you can find the fragment at Carthspire Lee. I'll look at Fowland's Ire. Meet me there when you're finished. I never imagined an outsider would go out of their way for us. Part of me wonders if this is even worth all the trouble.
Might be. You don't think we should end the feud?
No, I mean, yes, of course I do. I'm adamant about not letting my father or the Chief of Chiefs marry me off. But Modern, he's not what I imagined when I thought about the Six Fords. He's different.
Ah, so you're starting to like him.
We got to talking. Modern's got a good mind, a good heart. Look, it doesn't matter. He's already promised to someone else, and we have a feud to end, so let's get on with it.
Well, even if you don't get married, you can still be good friends.
Eslin's plan's a good one. I don't like her going off on her own, but she can take care of herself. I'll make sure the Vachishran gets to Herolden Ring, then I'll go to Fallon's Ire and help Eslin, if she needs it.
You're worried about her, aren't you?
Worried? No. Whatever gave you that idea? Maybe. You spend your whole life believing one thing about your clan and something totally different about the other. Then you talk to her. She's funny, bright. She has hopes and dreams. She's not a monster.
You like her, don't you?
Yes, but not like that. I don't think. Look, let's just find the fragments of the Lover's Coil and put an end to the feud, alright?
Yeah, all this over a stupid coil.